Question 181. What do you need to log into the AWS console? Now the options are: Option 1. Username and password. Option 2. Access key and secret ID. Option 3. Certificate. Option 4. Key pair. And the correct answer is Option 1. Username and password. Explanation. You can log into the AWS console using a username and password. You cannot log into the AWS console using a key pair, access key, and secret ID or certificate. Username and password is the correct answer. Key pair is incorrect. Access key and secret ID is incorrect. Certificate is also incorrect option. Next question. Which resource should you use to access the AWS security and compliance reports? Now the options are: Option 1. AWS IAM. Option 2. AWS Organizations. Option 3. AWS Business Associate Addendum BAA. Option 4. AWS Artifact. And the correct answer is Option 4. AWS Artifact. Explanation. AWS Artifact, available in the console, is a self-service audit artifact retrieval portrait that provides our customers with an on-demand access to AWS compliance documentation and AWS agreements. AWS Artifact is the correct answer. AWS Business Associate Addendum is incorrect. The Business Associate Addendum is an agreement you can choose to accept within AWS Artifact agreements. AWS IAM is incorrect. AWS Identity and Access Management is the service used for creating and managing users, groups, roles, and policies. AWS Organizations is incorrect. AWS Organizations helps you centrally govern your environment as you grow and scale your workloads on AWS. Using AWS Organizations, you can automate account creation, create groups of accounts to reflect your business needs, and apply policies for these groups for governance. Next question. Which AWS service can serve a static website? Now the options are: Option 1. Amazon Route 53. Option 2. Amazon QuickSight. Option 3. Amazon S3. Option 4. AWS X-Ray. And the correct answer is Option 3. Amazon S3. Explanation. You can use Amazon S3 to host a static website. On a static website, individual web pages include static content. They might also contain client-side scripts. To host a static website on Amazon S3, you configure an Amazon S3 bucket for website hosting and then upload your website content to the bucket. When you configure a bucket as a static website, you must enable website hosting, set permissions, and create and add an index document. Depending on your website requirements, you can also configure redirects, web traffic logging, and a custom error document. Amazon S3 is the correct answer. Amazon Route 53 is incorrect. This is an intelligent DNS service. Amazon QuickSight is incorrect. Amazon QuickSight is a fast cloud-powered business intelligence service that makes it easy to deliver insights to everyone in your organization. AWS X-Ray is incorrect. This is used for tracking and debugging applications. Next question. Which of the following are pillars from the 5 pillars of the AWS well-architected framework? Select 2 options. Now the options are: Option 1. Operational excellence. Option 2. Confidentiality. Option 3. Economics. Option 4. Performance efficiency. Option 5. Resilience. And the correct answer is Option 1. Operational excellence, and Option 4. Performance efficiency. Explanation. The 5 pillars of the AWS well-architected framework are operation excellence, security, reliability, performance efficiency, and cost optimization. Operational excellence is the correct answer. Performance efficiency is also a correct answer. Resilience is incorrect, as this is not one of the 5 pillars. Confidentiality is incorrect, as this is not of one of the 5 pillars. Economics is incorrect, as This is not one of the 5 pillars. Next question. Which type of AWS database is ideally suited to analytics using SQL queries? Now the options are: Option 1, Amazon DynamoDB. Option 2, Amazon RDS. Option 3, Amazon S3. Option 4, Amazon Redshift. And the correct answer is Option 4, Amazon Redshift. Explanation. Amazon Redshift is a fast, fully managed data warehouse that makes it simple and cost-effective to analyze all your data using standard SQL and existing business intelligence tools. Redshift is a SQL-based data warehouse used for analytics applications. Amazon Redshift is the correct answer. Amazon DynamoDB is incorrect. Amazon DynamoDB is a NoSQL type of database and is not suited to analytics using SQL queries. Amazon RDS is incorrect. Amazon RDS is a transactional DB, not an analytics DB. Amazon S3 is incorrect. Amazon S3 is an object storage solution, not a database. Next question. To reduce cost, which of the following services support reservations? Select 2 options. Now the options are: Option 1, Amazon Elasticache. Option 2, Amazon Redshift. Option 3, AWS Elastic Beanstalk. Option 4, Amazon CloudFormation. Option 5, Amazon S3. And the correct answer is Option 1, Amazon Elasticache, and Option 2, Amazon Redshift. Explanation. Amazon Elasticache and Amazon Redshift both support reserved nodes. Reservations can be used to gain a large discount from the on-demand rate in exchange for the commitment to a contract for 1 or 3 years. Amazon Elasticache is the correct answer. Amazon Redshift is also a correct answer. Amazon CloudFormation is incorrect, as you do not pay for CloudFormation. AWS Elastic Beanstalk is incorrect, as you do not pay for Elastic Beanstalk. Amazon S3 is incorrect, as you pay for uses and cannot reserve capacity. Next question. Under the AWS Shared Responsibility model, which of the following are customer responsibilities? Select 2 options. Now the options are: Option 1, Physical security of data center facilities. Option 2, Network and firewall configurations. Option 3, Setting up server-side encryption on an Amazon S3 bucket. Option 4, Compute capacity availability. Option 5, Amazon RDS instance patching. And the correct answer is Option 2, Network and firewall configurations. And Option 3, Setting up server-side encryption on an Amazon S3 bucket. Explanation. As a customer on AWS, you take responsibility for encrypting data. This includes encrypting data at rest and data in transit. Another security responsibility the customer owns is setting network and firewall configurations. For instance, you must configure network ACLS and security groups and any operating system level firewalls on your EC2 instances. Setting up server-side encryption on an Amazon S3 bucket is the correct answer. Network and firewall configurations is also a correct answer. Amazon RDS instance patching is incorrect. With RDS, you can define the maintenance window, but AWS actually performs the patching for you. Physical security of data center facilities is incorrect, as this is security of the cloud and is an AWS responsibility. Compute capacity availability is incorrect, as this is an AWS responsibility. Next question. According to the AWS Shared Responsibility model, which of the following is a shared control? Now the options are: Option 1, Operating System Patching. Option 2, Protection of Infrastructure. Option 3, Client-Side Data Encryption. Option 4, Awareness and Training. And the correct answer is Option 4, Awareness and Training. Explanation. Shared controls are controls which apply to both the infrastructure layer and customer layers, but in completely separate contexts or perspectives. In a shared control, AWS provides the requirements for the infrastructure and the customer must provide their own control implementation. within their use of AWS services. Examples include patch management, configuration management, and awareness and training. Awareness and training is the correct answer. Operating system patching is incorrect. Though patch management is a shared control, operating system patching specifically is a customer responsibility. Protection of infrastructure is incorrect. Protection of infrastructure is solely an AWS responsibility. Client-side data encryption is incorrect. Client and server-side data encryption are both customer responsibilities. Next question. A startup e-commerce company needs to quickly deliver new website features in an iterative manner, minimizing the time to market. Which AWS cloud features allows this? Now the options are: Option 1, high availability. Option 2, elasticity. Option 3, agility. Option 4, reliability. And the correct answer is Option 3, agility. Explanation. In a cloud computing environment, new IT resources are only a click away, which means that you reduce the time to make those resources available to your developers from weeks to just minutes. This results in a dramatic increase in agility for the organization, since the cost and time it takes to experiment and develop is significantly lower. Agility is the correct answer. High availability is incorrect, as this is associated with increased resilience, not agility. Elasticity is incorrect, as this associated with the ability to adjust to demand and reduce the need to guess capacity requirements. Reliability is incorrect, as this does not assist with bringing features to market faster. Next question. Your manager has asked you to explain the benefits of using IAM groups. Which of the following statements are valid benefits? Select two options. Now the options are: Option 1. Provide the ability to create custom permission policies. Option 2. You can restrict access to the subnets in your VPC. Option 3. Provide the ability to nest groups to create an organizational hierarchy. Option 4. Enables you to attach IAM permission policies to more than one user at a time. Option 5. Groups let you specify permissions for multiple users, which can make it easier to manage the permissions for those users. And the correct answer is Option 4. Enables you to attach IAM permissions policies to more than one user at a time. And Option 5. Groups let you specify permissions for multiple users, which can make it easier to manage the permissions for those users. Explanation. Groups are collections of users and have policies attached to them. This enables you to organize groups of users by job function or role and apply relevant policies to the group. You can use groups to assign permissions to user and should follow the principle of least privilege when assigning permissions. Groups let you specify permissions for multiple users, which can make it easier to manage the permissions for those users is the correct answer. Enables you to attach IAM permission policies to more than one user at a time is also a correct answer. You can restrict access to the subnets in your VPC is incorrect, as this describes network ACLS. Provide the ability to create custom permission policies is incorrect, as this describes IAM policies. Provide the ability to nest groups to create an organizational hierarchy is incorrect. You cannot nest groups within groups. Next question. What is the Amazon solution for creating a logical private connection between a remote on-premises network and an Amazon VPC? Now the options are: Option A, AWS Direct Connect. Option B, Hardware VPN. Option C, AWS VPN Cloud Hub. Option D, VPC peering. And the correct answer is Option A, AWS Direct Connect. Explanation. An Amazon AWS Direct Connect is a private connection that links your remote network to an Amazon Virtual Private Cloud VPC. Another way of describing an AWS Direct Connect is a link between your on-premises network and your Amazon VPC. This type of connection can increase network bandwidth, drastically lower network cost, and create network consistency. You can also choose your direct connection bandwidth level by selecting a 10 Gbps or a 1 Gbps dedicated connection. Hardware Virtual Private Network VPN is a way of creating a hardware VPN connection to an AWS network component that is attached to the Amazon VPC. This type of connection is physical to logical because you would be connecting from hardware to the VPC, which is virtual. VPC peering is a highly recommended solution to connecting several Amazon VPCs within an individual region. This option is for linking large geographic regions together versus creating a direct connection from an on-premises network to an Amazon VPC. AWS VPN Cloud Hub is a way of connecting local offices together in a specific networking configuration that is used as a primary network or a backup, depending on the architecture. The limitation with this is the level of internet connectivity and upload and download speed. Next question. Your management is looking to deploy a shared file access on AWS. Hundreds of EC2 instances will access the file system simultaneously. They also need petabytes of storage. What is the best storage option for this use case? Now, the options are: Option A, Amazon S3. Option B, Amazon EFS. Option C, Amazon EBS. Option D, Amazon EC2. And the correct answer is option B, Amazon EFS. Explanation. Amazon Elastic File Storage is the best suited file storage option for the described scenario. It is designed for shared file access and scaling to petabyte data store. Option A is correct. Amazon S3 is an object data store which is not suitable for deploying Linux-based workloads, as the scenario outlines. Option C is incorrect. Amazon Elastic Block Store is block storage service for access by an EC2 instance but without the capability of a shared file access. Applications that utilize persistent or dedicated block storage for a single instance can use Amazon EBS storage. Option D is incorrect. Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud, Amazon EC2 provides computing capacity. EC2 is not suitable for shared file storage. Next question. Choose the best Amazon Route 53 routing policy that can route traffic to multiple resources based on the end user's location. Now the options are: Option A, multi-value routing policy. Option B, failover routing policy. Option C, simple routing policy. Option D, latency routing policy. Option E, geolocation routing policy. And the correct answer is option E, geolocation routing policy. Explanation. Geolocation routing policy will route traffic to the resources based upon user location. This is suitable when there are multiple resources deployed in different geographical locations and traffic needs to route to resources based upon user location. Simple routing policy. Use for a single resource that performs a given function for your domain. For example, a web server that serves content for the example.com website. Failover routing policy. Use when you want to configure active-passive failover. Geolocation routing policy. Use when you want to route traffic based on the location of your users. Geo-proximity routing policy. Use when you want to route traffic based on the location of your resources and optionally shift traffic from resources in one location to resources in another. Latency routing policy. Use when you have resources in multiple AWS regions and you want to route traffic to the region that provides the best latency with less round-trip time. Multi-value answer routing policy. Use when you want Route 53 to respond to DNS queries with up to 8 healthy records selected at random. Weighted routing policy. Use to route traffic to multiple resources in proportions that you specify. Other options are incorrect based on for the above explanation. Next question. Your company is looking for an AWS resource that can provide recommendations on how to optimize your AWS infrastructure, improve security and performance, and monitor service quotas. Choose the right service. Now the options are: Option A, AWS Config. Option B, Amazon Inspector. Option C, AWS Trusted Advisor. Option D, Amazon Guard Duty. And the correct answer is option C, AWS Trusted Advisor. Explanation. Trusted Advisor draws upon best practices learned from serving hundreds of thousands of AWS customers. Trusted Advisor inspects your AWS environment and then makes recommendations when opportunities exist to save money, improve system availability and performance, or help close security gaps. Other options are incorrect. They are not related to infrastructure security optimization. Option A is incorrect. AWS Config is a service that enables you to assess, audit, and evaluate the configurations of your AWS resources. Config continuously monitors and records your AWS resource configurations and allows you to automate the evaluation of recorded configurations against desired configurations. Option B is incorrect. Amazon Inspector is an automated vulnerability management service that continually scans AWS workloads for software vulnerabilities and unintended network exposure. Option D is incorrect. Amazon Guard Duty is a threat detection service that continuously monitors your AWS accounts and workloads for malicious activity and delivers detailed security findings for visibility and remediation. Next question. Your company asked you to suggest a tool to monitor user activities, especially if users delete resources from the cloud. Which option is suitable for this purpose? Now the options are: Option A, AWS Trusted Advisor. Option B, AWS Inspector. Option C, AWS CloudTrail Logs. Option D, Amazon CloudWatch Streams. And the correct answer is option C, AWS CloudTrail Logs. Explanation. Using CloudTrail, one can monitor all the API activity conducted on all AWS services. AWS CloudTrail is a service that enables governance, compliance, operational auditing, and risk auditing of your AWS account. With CloudTrail, you can log, continuously monitor, and retain account activity related to action across your AWS infrastructure. CloudTrail provides event history of your AWS account activity, including actions taken through the AWS Management Console, AWS SDKs, command line tools, and other AWS services. This event history simplifies security analysis, resource change tracking, and troubleshooting. Option A is incorrect. AWS Trusted Advisor provides recommendations that help you follow AWS best practices. Trusted Advisor evaluates your account by using checks. These checks identify ways to optimize your AWS infrastructure, improve security and performance, reduce cost, and monitor service quotas. Option B is incorrect. Amazon Inspector is an automated vulnerability management service that continually scans AWS workloads for software vulnerabilities and unintended network exposure. Option D is incorrect. CloudWatch collects monitoring and operational data in the form of logs, metrics, and events, and visualizes it using automated dashboards so you can get a unified view of your AWS resources, applications, and services that run on AWS and on-premises. Thank you for watching this video. Buy our AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner CLF-C01 premium questions with 50% off. Check link in the description.